Fred, you don't have any audio on the stream. Oh wait, you do. It's just super low. I can hear it now. You're super low. Yep. Someone just asked if there was just no commentary and only helicopter cam tonight, so. Okay, sorry about that. I thought I didn't hear anything, so I'll leave the channel now. Enjoy the race, everybody. Fred, they can't hear your mic. They hear me coming through, but for some reason, I don't think you bound your mic. That's what I'm being told, right? All right. Not much time left, so I gotta go. Ooh, let me see here. I'll go on Twitch and see if I can hear you yet. I think I just hear myself. Oh my God, it's. You want to just go back to your main sources. Okay, and then where's your microphone here? Your audio input device. Microphone. See microphone where it says mic auxiliary in your where the meters are going up down. Right click that. Then source or settings, and then you'll get a drop down menu here. No, nothing yet. No. Okay. Huh. Scene over on the left. What's over on the left? Audio input device on the left hand side. In your I don't know what it is. Scene. The panel next to scene. Yeah, there. Where's your audio input device? There. Right click it. Skribbelzaffen. That thing. There you go. That's what you're looking for. Properties on that. It's going to ask you when you tell it, and you know, now you can drop the drop down. It's still not picking it up.
Hello. Oh, here. No, I can see that it makes noise at least.
There you go, Fred. You're good now.
Perfect. Can people in chat tell me if it's loud or not?
Yep. You sound good. It's fixed. People are saying it's fixed. All right. I gotta go race.
Yeah. Sorry about that, boys.
No problem.
Well. Yeah, I'm gonna apologize for that. I did not check the audio because I'm a noob caster and this is not what I usually do. We usually have a guy who has fixed this for me beforehand, so I want to apologize for that. Looks like the pole time is gonna be a 1:46.2, which is very respectable actually. Very respectable. So good job by Kogan on that. Daniel Wright puts it second with a 1:46.3, 1/10 off, and then it's almost a second from the leader down to third place. So it looks like it's going to be a Kogan and Wright battle today. Other than that, we have, I think we have 3 AMs in the, no, 4 AMs in the top 10, which is incredibly good to see. It shows how the drivers are developing, and hopefully they'll be in pro soon. The car's still on valid laps. I'm a bit confused here. I think Craig might be on a valid lap still, so we'll follow him. Final turn before the fast straight. Exit looks good, looks planted. I'm gonna check if he's actually up on time here or not. Well, I couldn't see it there, so let's just do it this way instead. He is up half a second at this point, but he's losing a bit of time. 3 tenths up, going into the third to last corner. Going into fast sweeping right-hander, he's 2 tenths up. Gaining a bit of time, can he keep it up? Looks good, and now he needs to get on throttle. Not a good exit. Let's see where he finishes then, because he's 7th right now. Can he beat Marquez? Looks good for him. He does! And he starts 6th this race. Good job to all the drivers. Okay, let's see when the session moves over. But, yeah. So our top 10 will be Kogan, who starts first, Daniel Wright, who starts second, Byrne, who starts third, Eiston starts fourth, Niall Drake starts fifth, Craig Bray starts sixth, Javier Marquez starts seventh, Barra starts eighth, Eric Chan starts ninth, and James in the Johnny Roast Beef Racing starts 10th. The track characteristics here is a very narrow track, and especially since the first corner is a high-speed corner, it might get some nasty bumping to happen. And the inside curb in that corner is extremely scary, especially on the exit. So hopefully not too many people get crashed into, and everyone takes it easy through there, at least the first 2 laps. New rules, they were on from last week, but I want to mention them here again. For incidents caused in the first lap, the penalty is doubled. So before you got 1 penalty point, if you created a accident on lap 1, now it's 2. So therefore, we want the drivers to be more cautious unless they want to get, for an example, a quali ban, or even worse, a complete series ban. If they're into too many accidents, that is. Race cars. It really does look like a Porsche and McLaren track, and the only front engine car in the entire field. Oh, there's 2. Yeah, there's 2 front engine cars in the top 10, so that's something. But they're 9th and 10th. So it's very much mid-engine city at this point. And, yeah. Don't really have a lot to say at this point. We'll see what happens. And in the our birthday boy Tim is starting 24th, so hopefully he can stay out of issues and gain a few positions on the fastest lap, or in the first lap. Sorry. 30 seconds. The position I wouldn't want to be in at this point is probably Eric Gottsacker's, smack in the middle of the field, because being in the middle of the pack is scary, especially when there's a big pack of people who want to get by you in a fast sweeping corner at the start of the race when the tires are cold, which also leads into a heavy braking point. So hopefully we don't see too many incidents on the early laps. But now let's start the formation/pace lap. Also want to apologize for all the people who have custom liveries. I do not have the skin pack. And that is purely because I was intending to do a lot of the races here, and the skins lag my game out too much. So I decided to not download them, but I should have done it for this race. I'm not smart, and I'm not a good broadcaster, and I want to apologize for that. Pit strategy, or the pit rules, is that it's the mandatory tire change. Not a mandatory refuel, but I'd advise everyone who races here to refuel because it's always going to be a 30-second pit stop. Nonetheless, it's a pit window in the middle of the race that is 20 minutes long, so it starts 20 minutes after race starts and end with 20 minutes left of the race. I'd say that the best pit strategy in these races are running as close as you can to 40 minutes, because then you stay on hot tires for the longest amount of time. Whilst we see some very interesting tire heating by Niall Drake there. I've never seen anyone be that aggressive on the lap, but he definitely has his tires up to temp after that. The good old controller boy showing it how it's done once again. Let's see, also want to mention Alan Sue. He and Tim Wilkins have had a ton of battles in the previous races, and perhaps we'll see it again. The two Lexuses are right next to each other here. Wait, we should have a third. Where's LeBron? Okay, LeBron is not racing. Okay, so we only have two Lexuses here today, which is Joshua Kimball and Liam McNeil. Let's see who the best or the fastest Lexus of today is. Joshua, or Josh Kimball, being one of the admins on here, and has done a great job putting this community together. Can't say anything else but nice things about him. Okay, coming up to the penultimate corner. People should be, they're starting to form back up into the positions they're supposed to be. Although it looks a tiny bit, it was just Kogan being out of position for a bit. Okay, I'm gonna follow the leaders here at the starts to see what happens. But if I see a yellow flag pop up, I'm gonna be as fast as I can to see what's going on in the back of the field. A tip for all drivers who are driving turbo powered cars. What you can do is be on the brakes and be full throttle, and then instead of slamming the throttle, you can use release the brakes, because then you have the turbo spooled up again. But we'll talk more about that later. Looks like this looks strange. Kogan, who got pole, is not starting first. But he gets a better launch nonetheless. Gets the inside line. And right backs off. Smart decision. Is that Niall Drake pushing up behind? Yes, it's Niall. Is he gonna have the inside going into turn 2? Does he? He backs out. Good boy. Good boy. No incidents from what I can see. Look, we have people going. It's been a big crash in the rear. It's been a big... Gottsacker being spun around. Wonder what happened. It's been a big crash. Looks like Adam Thompson and Cody Barrett made it out alive. James... both the Aston drivers gets collected, or... Yeah, gets collected in there. That's sad. Not a good start for the Aston drivers. Hopefully it gets better further into the race it goes. Going back up, let's see if we have had any position changes. We have Eric Chan dropping down to 11th, losing positions to... I don't actually know who he lost. Barra is up to 5th. Good start by Barra. Really good start by the Audi driver. Thomas Castellani is up to 3rd. David Jan going into the wall, having a lot of oversteer going out into this straight. That's not good for the Arrow. He's probably going to have a hefty repair time on him after that. Joshua Kimball is up to... Looks like the relative is a bit messed up. It doesn't matter. We'll say that he's up to 15 for now. Good start. Actually by both the Lexus drivers gaining a lot of positions. Further up the field, Niall Drake is still in third, so he kept that position. Javier Marquez is up to 5th. Bar is now down to 6th, but it's still a really good start for him. Eric Chang is 9th, so it was just a bit of strange relatives that were messing with me. Thank you, game. Very cool. Close up behind them is Pop Dog. They've had a really good battle in the past few races, and it looks like they have similar pace, so look out for this one. David Yang, with his damaged car, is getting chased down by Alan Su. But, is that? Yeah, that's Josh trying a very ambitious move. Why are the camera doing that? But he didn't go for it. It was close nonetheless. A for effort. We have someone retiring. Looks like that was James in the Aston Martin calling it quits after that. My condolences to that race start, but it was sadly bound to happen. The track is just way too narrow for the GT3 cars and as many cars as we are on here. Craig Breyes caught up to Eyston and Bara. Looks like Bara... should be fine after this straight. I was wrong there. Marquez is up to 3rd, chasing down Niall Drake. The AM drivers... No, up to 4th, sorry. Doing an incredible job at this point for a AM driver. Perhaps he should get a promotion into the pros now, since he's quite literally smoking a ton of them. Kogan being in a fairly comfortable position from what I can gather. It's about a 1.5 second gap at this point, and 46.7 is perhaps not the fastest lap time ever, but it's still pretty much identical to Daniel Wright, so if he's just matching the speed, then it's fine. Jiang, where is Sue? What happened to Sue? Sue is dropping down. Did Sue have a moment? I must have missed it in that case. And Kimball must have had a moment, because he's lost now. Oh, yeah. We're gonna have to look at the highlights after this race then. Gottsacker going in. Oh, what a switchback by Eric Gottsacker on Adam Thompson. Good move. Beautiful move, honestly. Look, the little I caught of it looked good, at least. I don't know what happened beforehand, but it looked good. Cody Barrett and Tim Wilkins fighting the birthday boy against the Porsche. Barrett drops back a bit just to not risk anything. Looks fairly close though. Someone's hit the tires in the fast or the mid-speed left-hander, so no, that reference is gone. That's fine though, doesn't really matter too much. It's really close up front, I have to look. Oh, it's very close. Byrne is right up the rear on Marquez, and Bara is actually caught up, like all the way up to 3rd. It looks a bit like Niall is creating a bit of a train here. So once again, people fighting for high positions are really close, just as the Alton race. Yeah, there's a long train of cars here. While Pop Dog is dropping back a bit, perhaps he's just preserving his tires. But yeah, all of them are about half a second within each other's. Yeah, Javier Marquez all over the rear bumper of Niall Drake here. You're really close, but it just shows that it's super hard to overtake on this track. I'd probably say that you need about a 1 to 1.5 second pace advantage of the car ahead of you to actually make an overtake. Or have a lot of balls, where Bara goes wide and that gives an opening to Eyston, but he didn't get past. While Bray is just biding his time at this point, waiting for the mistakes, which looks like they're coming from time to time. We have Hungarian dropping. No, Mark's dropping. I'm a bit... What's going on? Wilkins, no. The relative is just screwing with me. Keith D is up to 17th, which is better than what he qualified. And there's a battle going on between Chris Hungarian and Brandon Gobes that we might follow for a bit, because we're coming up to one of the few overtaking spots that are on this track after this back straight. But it doesn't look like he has this top line speed, sadly. It looks rough. The Porsche looks so slippery, although you always have to run max wing on that car. Perhaps the BOP is really good. I actually don't know. Oh, the Mercedes gets up close to Hungarian. Yeah, it's tight battles here in the rear, in the back of the field as well. Looks like Niall Drake has created a bit of a gap to Javier Marquez now, but then Matti Byrne is just catching back up to the three of them. Oh, that's something happened. Craig Bray goes wide, and there comes Common Cold, aka Eric Shannon. Now they're super close. The blessing in disguise there was that the fact that he went so wide made it so he actually had way more speed on corner exit. But now we have a battle on our hands between Eric Shannon and Craig Bray. David Jang is still running, although we went into the wall. Very admirable. I would have personally went in and had a second pit stop, because it's just not enjoyable to drive with a broken car. But kudos to him, honestly. The penalty looks a bit squirmy on corner exit, honestly, from what I could see there. Oh, here we go. Oh, Niall and Marquez has a big moment. Marquez is crashed. Don't really know what happened. It looked like Niall... Oh, this is gonna be a huge corner cut. Where does he come out? He comes out behind Eric Chang. Okay. So he comes out in 9th place. Wonder what actually happened there. It looked like Marcus tried to... was on the inside. And tried to maybe close the door on Drake, which had none of it. And basically spun him out. We're gonna see in the reports after the race, because that's probably something that is gonna get brought up. So now our highest running AM driver is Ryan Bora, who is up to 5th at this point. But we have a battle here going on. Byrne against Drake, side by side going into which should be turn 4. Incredibly close, but I feel like Niall should have the better line here. Let's see if Byrne can... No, he cannot keep it on the inside. Good driving by both drivers. Close between Gobes and McNeil. No touching there, which is good. Going up to turn 4. Now the gap is just too big here. Eric Gottsacker is close to Barrett. No, he's gotten past Barrett. I missed that, and I want to apologize for that. But that is going into turn 2 or 3, whatever way you want to look at it. So yeah, one of the few overtaking spots in the track gets another driver. Impressive that we have this many overtakes, honestly. I did not think that we would have that many. Javier Marquez has dropped down behind Pop Dog now, so he's probably bleeding positions from after the crash. Wonder how much frontal damage he has. I'm gonna see if I can look at Marquez's car. Yeah, that front does not look particularly nice. It's probably gonna be a long pit stop on top of it, so it's gonna drop down even further. Nightmare start to this race for Javier Marquez. Thomas Castellani keeping good pace in 12th place. Not too far back to Jang, but still a comfortable gap. Same, basically just running his own race at this point. It's still close here between Liam McNeil, Brandon Gobes, and now even Chris Hungarian is into this mix, whilst Eric Gottsacker started to catch up as well. It's a good battle going on here. Niall Drake has dropped back a bit. Something must have happened and I missed it again. Drake is down to 6th now, when Eiston is up to 5th and Barr is up to 4th. And now we see Craig Bray going in down the inside because Niall Drake overshoot the corner. Wonder if Niall has some issues here. Whilst I see the Bentley take a bit too much curb. Well, it's the Bentley, so I don't blame him, but yep. Oh, that was close. Oh, nothing's happening there. Let's see if I can find some... Oh, here's some action. Tim, as I mentioned before, Tim Wilkins and Alan Sue in the Battle of the Titans. This has been going on for I don't know how many seasons. When we see the gamer line coming out of the birthday boy. Keeping it on the inside. It's extremely close. Oh, and it's a pinch. It's a spin out. And Tim is waiting for Alan to get going again. Good sportsmanship. But yeah, clash between the Titans keeps going on. It just never stops, and it's never gonna stop either. But that lets Joshua Kimball through. The battle, Eric Gottsacker has gotten past Chris Hungarian going into the slow left-handers. A good job by him. Here it's close between Brandon Gobes and Liam McNeil. If Liam just keeps a bit more of an inside line, it's not going to get past. But it's the curb too hard. He's going to have a compromised exit. And there goes Brandon Gobes going past Liam McNeil comfortably. Good move. Good job by taking a spot on Liam's mistake. Looks like David Yang has gotten past Thomas Castellon now, so there's perhaps a pace difference between these two. Yeah, looks like that on the times. Craig Bray is down to 10th, so something must have happened, which has promoted Niall Drake to 6th and Eric Chan to 7th, Pop Dog to 8th, and Javier Marquez to 9th. Yeah, but Eric Chang and Niall Drake are starting to have a battle here. It looks like Niall had a slow last lap and Eric is fairly consistent on his times from what I can see. There's not too many. Oh, well, Eric Gottsacker is looks like... Oh, Chris Hungarian has got him past, but Eric Gottsacker's on the inside. Is he gonna get squeezed? No, he backs off. It's so close between these two. The Aston proving to be very formidable on here. It looks like Liam McNeil has gotten past Gobes again, but now Gobes gets past McNeil again. It just keeps happening. Oh, looks like Gottsacker's almost had a run. Not quite, but almost. Oh, is it that? No, I'm not sure. Is it? No, it wasn't a tap. Good job by Gottsacker to get out of it there. Moving back up the field, Dave Grails getting closer to Craig Bray. Don't really know what happened to Bray, if he had a moment or not. Hopefully he didn't. But he has a struck down Javier Marquez in front of him, so he should be reeled in quite soon. Yeah, Marquez is struggling with that front end damage. It's not going to be a very pleasant car to drive at this point. It's a 10-second gap between Tommy Cogan and Daniel Wright also at this point. Wonder what's happened to Wright. 11 seconds. Cogan is just running away with it. And the Hungry Hippos team. That's a good team victory for him now, and our championship leader Andrew Warden is not here tonight. Apparently, from what I've gathered, he was in Ottawa like a day ago, I think, and which is not where he lives. Looking at, yeah, Dave Grails and Craig Bray, they're close again. Javier Marquez is a bit further up the road, but these two are close. Craig Bray and Dave Grails. Going into the fast left-hander, let's see if we have a moment in the Porsches. That's the place on the track that the Porsche is probably the most scary, but it looks fairly planted. All the cars takes nice exits and not hitting the curb on the inside too hard. not a lot of action going on, but the pit window will open in 3 minutes, and after that we will probably see a lot of stuff happening. Marquez has had a moment in the, or maybe just slow through the fast right-hander because of the front arrow damage, and therefore Craig Bray is back right up on his rear again. Let's see what happens, because Craig has the toe. Looks like he's there. Yeah, Craig is a lot faster through here. Is he gonna have a go on the inside? Yeah, he's definitely gonna have a go here. He should have a go here. Yes, he does. He's too cautious though. And looks like Javier Marquez gets a better exit, but it's not over yet. Craig is gonna have the faster line, but he backs off. Maybe not the faster line now when I think of it. The track is just too narrow. But we will keep looking at this battle because Javier has damage, and therefore Craig should be able to reel him in quite soon. Whilst Adam Thompson has had an off towards the end of on the straight. But he's back on track and running again. Craig Bray. Looks like... Yep. Oh no, he's gotten going again. Thought he went into the pits. Okay, Craig Bray, good exit, close up. Should have the toe from the McLaren ahead. Although the McLaren is actually fairly formidable compared to the Porsche on the straights. Has to back off. They're still very close though. Now we're coming to the part where I think the Strucken McLaren is going to struggle with the high downforce section. Let's see here how it goes, because Craig is really close. Yeah, you see the speed difference. It's massive. It's really big. If Craig just gets a good... Oh, he got... Oh, that's interesting, moving under brakes. But it's a big battle going on behind them as well. I don't know who to look at. That's the issue. No, I'm going to look at Craig here. Craig and Javier. Not the best of turns there from Craig, so it's not going to have a go in this corner. So let's go have a look at something else. Liam McNeil has lost a position to Chris Hungarian. So Chris has gotten past there. Eric Gottsacker running 18th, so Cody Barron has gotten past Gottsacker. Whilst Joshua Kimball is up to 19th now after getting past Alan Sue and Tim Wilkins in their scrap earlier a few laps back. Looks like Eric Chang has had an off because he's dropped back 7 seconds to Nal Drake, and Pop Dog is 3 seconds behind there. Whilst Javier Marquez goes wide, we're just going to stick to this battle for a while and see what happens. Craig Bray probably having a... Yeah, much faster. He's right up the rear of Javier Marquez. This should be a move. He picked the wrong side. He should have gone the inside. I would have gone on the left side of Javier here, but Javier is nice and drops back a bit. Knows that this isn't his battle to fight because of the damage he has. But the thing is, now he just gets sent back into Dave, who also has good pace. Whilst the pit window is now opened. Let's see who jumps in early. If someone jumps in early, I should say. Yeah, Javier Marquez, he's really struggling. Here comes Dave Grills really close up to the McLaren again. Yeah, Marquez is pitting early to fix the damage. A good shout, I'd say. So here's the first car into the pits. Do we have any other people who are pitting early? Want to mention Bara, who is running a very solid race at this point, up in 4th place. 4th place as an AM driver is really good. We also have Eric Chang and Pop Dog in the P10 from the AM class. I think... Dave's gone wide. And that has put him into striking range almost of Thomas Castellani. So we perhaps have a battle going. Come on, please, thank you. David Yang is also in the pits here, repairing his damage from he got from the earlier scrap. We have Keith D also in the pits. Not sure if he has damage or if he wants to get the pit stop over and done with. probably later because I haven't seen any issues there. Marquez is finished with his pit stop and is now moving back out into the track. Let's see if he can gain any positions towards the other AM drivers. Hopefully the damage wasn't too severe. And although there were some cars between them before, we are back to square one in this specific position. Alan Sue and Tim Wilkins are yet again, they're not right next to each other, but they are close. Tim is at this point half a second faster a lap than Alan, so in a few laps they're gonna be right next to each other again, and the battle between the Titans will keep going on. Oh, that was close. Chris Hungarian and Brandon Gobes really close to each other. It really does look like the Audi has a lot more grunt than the McLaren, which is really surprising in my eyes. But at the same time, very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, Chris Hungarian has dropped back a bit too far here, so I don't think there's a big chance of any overtaking here. So I'm gonna keep looking for something else. Oh, looks like Easton has gotten past Chris Barra. Barra must have committed a mistake somewhere along the line and dropped back a position. He was running a really solid race up until now, so that's really sad for him. We have not seen any more pit stops at this point, and Niall Drake is having a back marker behind him, who's just pitted, but yeah, looks like David Yang is actually running with some formidable pace at this point because he caught back up to the Porsche of Niall Drake real fast. Yeah, there isn't really too much going on. Oh, Chris Hungarian and Brandon Gobes are close together. Oh wait, did I see an off somewhere? No, I didn't. Okay, I'll just follow this battle then. Really close going into, where are they? Into the hairpin here. But it doesn't look like Chris is going for it. It's been very oh, they're so close though. But it's been very respectable from both cars here. I'm surprised that we haven't seen any godlike sense thus far. But at the same time, it's good to be on the safe side. It's never fun to crash into other people. Here we see Thomas Castellani catching up to Dave Grills. The McLaren looks a bit squirmy on the exit there, but a good thing that he managed to catch it. Looks like Brandon Gobes are in the pits now. What happened? Did something happen? Because he wasn't close to the pits at all earlier. Yes, something must have happened. Maybe it was contact between Chris Hungarian and Brandon Gobes there. I'm fairly tempted to go into the replay and have a look, but I'm not going to do that. Yep, I think he has retired. Yep, he is retired. That's sad. He was running a good race. Or is he actually retired? I need to find where Hungarian is. He's going through. Yep, he is probably retired here. We have another car in the pits. Craig Bray. Don't know if he is just serving a pit stop or if he's done. I didn't really see what happened. He's serving a pit stop, I think. Yep. Yep, he's serving a pit stop. pitted early, according to me. But yeah. Perhaps he's gambling on people running into traffic, which is very much possible. And Eric Chang and Pop Dog are getting closer to each other. Very interesting. As I said before, they usually have a really good battle between themselves, so it's going to be interesting to see how this one develops. Ryan Barra still running in 5th, driving a solid race thus far. Not been into many crashes. Cody Barrett and Liam McNeil are quite close to each other, with Eric Gottsacker not being too far behind either. So this is a battle that seems to be shaping up. None of them has pitted yet, so we will see where that ends up. Craig Bray running in 18th after the pit stop. But yeah, he is still in a good spot well, he is in a really good spot to gain a lot of points from this race. He has the leader, Tommy Cogan, behind him, who's running a really solid race. Race lap of 46.6 is really good. For an example, his closest rival in this race, Daniel Wright, has done a 46.9. Grills in the pits. I repeat, Grills in the pits. And looks like he has an early pit box as well, so he's gonna get his pit stop served nice and early. Whilst we see a position change. No, it was just some lapped car getting lapped. My bad. Eric Chang and Pop Dog being really close to each other, but also dropping back from Niall Drake, so they're not getting any closer to Niall at this point. Really close between these two drivers, but I'm gonna leave it for a bit and see if they've gotten closer later. I was gonna try to find Alan Sue and Tim Wilkins. Yeah, Tim has dropped back a bit here, but it looks like Alan is getting closer to Josh Kimball now. So yeah, perhaps we have a battle between. Oh, but it looks like Alan kept it on track. It was very close that Alan went too wide there. Eric. Oh, it's really close between him and Liam McNeil here. No one gives an inch. No one gives an inch, but oh, it's so close. But good job by Liam to have to position his car in a good way. But the battle's still far from over, because we come into the fast double apex right-hander here that leads up to the back straight, which is it's the longest straight on this track. And it looks like it's a bit compromised by Liam there, whilst Eric. Oh, yeah, he's gonna have the toe, but Liam goes into the pits. Very interesting. Very interesting. So that was pretty much all for nothing. Very interesting. Pop Dog being 1 second to Eric Chang is still a good position for him. I want to check what Marquez is doing lap time wise. Where is Javier Marquez? He is doing 48.9 last lap, so yeah, he is not in a position to get a win in the AM class from what I can gather. Daniel Wright is in the pits now, with 9 minutes left of the pit window. Perhaps the tires had started to fall off. So is Cody Barrett is also in there. Adam Thompson is currently running in 19th. His best lap was his last lap, which was a 51.6. Let's see what's happening around him. We have Matty Byrne, who has been running a solid race thus far, is up to second, with his best lap time being a 1:47.6. And I also want to Oh, that's close. Eyston and... Oh, okay, Eyston is just gotten past a back marker. That was the action that we saw there. Daniel Wright comes out in 6th place after his pit stop, and Eric Chang is running in 5th now. What? Oh, both Bar and Top Dog has gone into the pits. That's what happened. Okay. Nal Drake still running comfortably in the 49s. It's just the issue I don't like. I can't really jump in between the people I want to, so I have to scroll through everyone. I want to apologize. Okay, Javier Marquez has done a 47.7, so his pace has started to wrap up now. The AM driver, who has had 2 class wins in the past 2 races, so he's in good form coming into this one. Oh, Cody Barrett's gone off in after the fast or the mid-speed left-hander in the 2nd sector, and that just puts him into the striking distance of, I think, yep, Thomas Castellani. But Castellani is not pitted yet, so this is not a battle that he should be forcing too hard, honestly. Chris Hungarian is running 8th, with Eric Gottsacker running 9th, having Joshua Kimball coming up behind him. So, but I think that Eric Gottsacker actually was... Something must have happened to Eric, because I think he was further ahead earlier, but I missed that, apparently. Liam McNeil running in 20th place after his pit stop. Niall Drake is in the pits right now. That promotes Eric Chang up to 4th place. Wide line by David Jiang. But as it looks right now... Oh, that's wait, who's there? Yeah, okay. Ryan Barra and Tim Wilkins are close to each other. At this point, I think Wilkins should just let Barra go, because it's not a battle that Wilkins should be worrying about at all. You just get the pause over with, because it's going to happen further than later, and Ryan gets to go on his way. That's a really good line by Ryan, though. Exactly like you want it to be. Let's see the grunt of the other, but at the same time, it's the Bentley we're talking about. Maybe not the most nimble car, but yeah, it looks like Tim let off a bit and let Ryan by there, which is good. Exactly what you want to see there, because that was not a battle that he wanted to take. Alan is now in the pits, whilst Tommy is still running on the old tires and started to catch up to Tim Wilkins ahead of him there. Looks like... Gonna see here. Keith D is going out of the pits now. Wonder what happened, because he's all of a sudden 3 laps back, but the resilience of him should not be understated, because he keeps driving, although he is really far back. Kudos to him. Javier Marquez did a 48.8 last lap, and has started to catch up to Dave Grills. Pop Dog is ahead of Dave. On his outlap, he did a 156.8. Kogan is trying to get past Tim at this point, and Tim should just let him go, honestly. Good job by Kogan to not run into the rear of Tim there. Who's that car behind him, actually? That's Craig Bray, who's finished who's done his pit stop. Tommy should probably do one or two. Yeah, do one more lap and then go into the pits. I'd say is the optimal strategy according to me. Joshua Kimball is into the pits here. So serving his mandatory pit stop, as everyone else has to. Javier Marquez getting a really good exit there on who's the car ahead of him. It's Matty Byrne who's going into the pits here. So second place car is going into the pits. That should, but I think he is the third running car if we go by the order they were before the pit stop. So unless Daniel Wright has had a big off, then the current standings should be Kogan, Wright, Baron, and I think Easton is running 4th, but I could be completely wrong. As we also see Adam Thompson coming into the pits there. Eric Chang still out there running, coming into the pits now. Yeah, now the leaders or the Foster or the cars are in the lead at this current point before the pit stops are probably starting to come in here. So let's see how the AM standings are going to look after this, because the pro standings are looking fairly solid or set at this point, since Kogan and Wright are running really good races. Easton is also running a good race, and Byrne who is also running a good race. But we still have a lot of AM drivers in the top 10, which is really good, honestly. Oh, did Adam stall? Oh, he got off there. Yeah, it looked like he stalled. Okay. Around the field, there aren't really a lot of battles from... Oh, yeah, there's one there. These girls and Javier Marquez are really close to each other. Going out of the slow right-hander, going into the dip. Now the fast double right-hander. Let's see if Marquez can get by on the straight. Is he gonna try to send it up the inside here, or is he trying to... Yeah, no one is so... Oh, it's a compromised line though by Griels, but at the same time Marquez goes a bit too deep, so he doesn't really get the run that he wants to. But it's such a long straight. So the toe is going to be there. But it's not an overtaker spot at the end of the straight. It's in the hairpin after this straight and the right-hander there. And I think that Javier maybe drops back a bit too much, but I actually don't know. Let's see if he's going to go for it. I wouldn't say that it's close enough, but no, he's not going to go for it. But he also sets up the X, but it doesn't really take it tight enough for it's too early on the throttle. So yeah, not perfect, according to me. After the pits, we have Eric Chang running in 11th with... Wait, is that... Oh yeah, that's Pop Dog. Yeah, you see they're still really close to each other, whilst we have some people who hasn't pitted yet. Easton is in the pit, Daniel Wright is passed. Yeah, it's pretty much looking as I was expected here. Javier Marquez has gotten past these grills now. I didn't see the pause, but it happened a few seconds ago, probably. The Dave Grills are not going to be in striking position going into the heavy braking zone later, so I think this battle is over for now. Chris Hungarian running a 15th, pretty lonely race at this point from what I can see, and we have Thomas Castellani and Eric Ottsacker both in the pits at this point. We should have Tim Wilkins coming in soon, who's the last guy who hasn't finished his pit stop, and here he comes in to serve it. So the current running order is Tommy Kogan, Daniel Wright, Matty Byrne, Easton, Drake, Bara, Bray, Chang, Pop Dog, and Thomas Castellani in the top 10. But there's still 20 minutes left, so a lot can still happen. It's a very unforgiving track, so all it needs is one mistake, and yeah. As the Jeff in my ear said, that the pit window is closed. So yeah, Boris dropped down to 5th, so now Drake has gotten past him there, so good job by him. Is there any battles I can see? No, not really. Not really, no. The closest people, or the people who are closest to each other at this point, are Pop Dog and Eric Chang, so we'll follow them for a bit. McLaren taking a tiny better line than Eric Chang going into the back straight, but the gap is just vastly too big to go for anything, so it's basically just a big catch up for the McLaren. The issue with the McLaren is, since it's so aero dependent and the Bentley is just such a big boy, it's gonna disturb the air flow quite a bit for the McLaren. So it would be better for racing, at least, if it was the other way around, because the Bentley is better at following cars than the McLaren. But that's not the case at this point. So now let's see the skill of the driver. Pop Dog to see if he's able to negate the aero disadvantage that he has compared to Eric Chang. Whilst we see Liam McNeil being really close to Tim Wilkins after Wilkins' pit stop, there's actually a big pack of cars with one of the leaders being in here. Yeah. Oh, okay, let's follow this then. Liam McNeil on the inside of Tim Wilkins. There's a small touch there, but I think it's fine. Tim has the better outside line. Liam is very compliant, but at the same time, here comes Cody Barrett from back there. He's definitely gonna navigate Liam, but can he get Tim as well? No, it doesn't look like he get. How does the Lexus have so much grunt on the straights? I did not know that. They're going side by side to go into the fast left-hander going into the slow right-hander. Cody has track position, but Liam keeps it on the outside and does actually a really good move to not lose the position there. I thought it was lost. I really did think it was lost. Whilst it looks like Joshua Kimball has gone into the pits to perhaps not finish this race. Bad exit by Liam. That should be Cody's. Yeah, that is Cody's position at this point. Good job by Cody. No, just look at that Lexus. It just doesn't give up. But he backs off there because Cody had the better line. Impressive, but I did not think that Lexus would have that much grunt in the straight. Perhaps he's running less wing than I'd advise people to do on this track at least, but that seems to be working fairly well for Liam. Good battle, good battle. Wait. I think Joshua Kimball got a disqualification, if I can't really see the entire thing. Yep. It looks like it's a disqualification for Josh, sadly. Wonder what happened. I'm gonna have to ask him afterwards. There comes Daniel Wright getting past one of the back markers. And yeah, battle keeps going. Oh, what's going on here? Yeah, Cody Barrett and Tim Wilkins really close. Birthday boy against the Porsche once again. Looks like the Porsche has a better track position going into it. Let's see if... Oh, he backs off. It was alongside. You should have stuck it up the inside there, Cody. You're too nice. You need to bully him more. Let's see what happens after going through this fast sweeping right-hander that's coming up after that corner. Because it's an overtaking spot at the end of it, and then we have the straight after that. And it's the closest battle we have at this point, so we're going to look at that. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be in striking distance, sadly. So, we'll jump onwards and see what we find. Javier Marquez keeps putting the laps in. Last lap was a 48.8. Last lap for Pop Dog was his personal best, which was a 48.6. So good job by him. And also 48.6 by Eric Chang. Yeah, they are just matching each other. But now Eric is starting to go to some back markers, and let's see if he can navigate them without any issues. Also, Craig Bray is not too far up ahead from Eric Chang. Let's actually see. 3.8 seconds. Yeah, it's still doable. Still very much doable. The Bentley is known to be very kind on its tires, so perhaps he can keep them alive longer than Craig can. But now Adam Thompson should probably just get out of the way of the faster cars, and not sure if it did there. No. Yeah, it does here. Nice. Good boy, Adam. Good boy. And let's Pop Dog by as well. Perfect. Good job, Adam. Nal Drake still running in 5th, doing a good job with that. Easton in 4th. Cody Barrett and Tim Wilkins still fighting. Still fighting. Where are we now? We're in the fast sweeping right-hander, going into the final turn of the track. Here is probably... it's a better exit from Cody. Did he get the power down early enough? Maybe. We'll have a look. He's close though. He's very close coming up to the back straight. I don't think it's enough though. He needs to be more brave through there. I think he'd be able to stick on it just because of how good the Audi, no, not the Audi, the Porsche's in the corners. Whilst we see, who's that? Keith D in the not lost Merc sitting on the side of the track. But it's true, he is technically not lost. So he's not lying. Because David Yang is there. He's doing it. But as I said, a very resilient job of him to keep going, although he's had some problems earlier. But here comes David Yang. The battle is... Oh, it looks like Heath has some front end damage as well. This is going to be a rough last 10 minutes for him. And then not lost Mercedes. Yeah. The battle between Cody Barrett and Tim Wilkins is still going on. Looks like Cody has a way better exit here. But he backs off once again, creating a bit of space going up to the back straight. Oh, the Porsche is right in the toe there, but does he have enough grunt to get by Tim? Does he? No, he does not. Let's look what's happening on the other parts of the track. Gottsacker is currently running in 13th with his personal best lap thus far with a 49.3. Kogan has done his personal best lap, last lap, which is a 46.5. Solid. Can't say anything else but that. Looks like Pop Dog has dropped back a bit from Eric Chang. Perhaps a mistake or something happened. Yeah, he's 7 seconds behind now. So something must have happened, and Eric is comfortably in 8th place now. Let's see if he can catch back up to Craig, who's in the fast sweeping right-hander going into the final turn. But at the same time, Craig has Barra in his sights now. It's only 2 seconds between them, and Barra has back markers in front of him. It can probably become real interesting for the last 10 seconds of 10 minutes of this race. Oh, Barrett is extremely close to Tim. Barrett, I need to find them. They're so close. No, what happened? They were really close. Where's Tim? Tim's gone! No! The birthday boy! He is losing positions! No! Whilst we see McNeil getting lapped by some other car, I think it was Easton. But we need to find... Oh, there's Chris Hungarian, and who was that? Who was actually that? It was Tommy getting by, okay. Where is Craig Bray? There is Craig Bray. Let's follow him for a bit. It kind of looks like David Chang wants to stay in this mix because he's definitely got the pace for it. The question is, does he really want to get into the middle of a fight for 6th? I'd say get out of the way and probably just finish the race out because he's 3 laps behind Adam. But yeah, do as your heart pleases, I guess. Fairly close here, actually. Do we have some other action going on here? I cannot see anything interesting at this point. It's been a fairly... It was nothing close to what Oldham was, but Oldham was crazy, so I don't really know what to expect, but yeah. Whilst Tim goes into the pits, must be some damage. That's sad. He was running fairly well for quite a bit there. But yeah, oh yeah, the front end of that car does not look particularly good, sadly. Whilst Craig, he's battling with the back marker. Oh yeah, okay, he got let by. But does Craig have some front end? No, I was wrong. I'm sorry. Now it's Ryan O'Bara and Craig Bray. I think that is the closest battle at this point. The battle for 6th. Also, Javier Marquez is fairly close to Pop Dog now. Something, yeah, because Pop Dog committed a mistake earlier. So, yeah. They're fairly close as well, so perhaps that's a battle we'll see a bit later. Yeah, Marquez is catching up quite a bit, actually. It's only 1.5 seconds behind now. I think I'm going to go back and look at that for a bit. Yeah, the McLaren ahead of him there is Pop Dog. They're close. It is happening, .gif. Yeah, I'm gonna follow Javier Marquez here for a bit because it's getting closer and closer between Pop Dog and him. 7 minutes to go of this race. Craig Bray's also almost a second within Ryan Bora now. There's a bunch of battles that I'd like to watch, but I think Marquez is the one that is going to be the closest to... Oh no, Craig Bray is actually super close. Yeah, he's really close. Let's follow Craig Bray instead. Going into the fast turn 1/2. Going into one of the overtaking spots, but I don't think he has... Oh, there's so much speed difference going into the corner. It really looks like Craig's Porsche is way more alive than the Audi of Ryan Barr at this point. I'd prefer to have Craig's line there, wider entry, faster exit. Going into yet another hairpin. But Ryan goes deep! And that's Craig gaining a position. No, Ryan, you were running such a good race up until this point. You're still running a really good race, but you were in 4th for a bit. Now you're in 7th. Good fighting nonetheless. So let's go over to the battle between Javier Marquez and Pop Dog at this point. Going into one of the slowest parts of the track here, which leads up to one of the fastest. Marquez taking a very aggressive line, hitting a bunch of gravel on the inside. Not good for pressure, but it doesn't matter at this point. It's only 6 minutes left. Getting a better exit as well because it starts off with a wider line. He should have a run here. Does Pop Dog have enough grunt in the McLaren on the straights? He should be positioning his car on the other side. They're side by side, and Pop Dog is very... But it's a bump! It is a bump. Marquez is in the wall. And Pop Dog is... Yeah. Keeps the position for now. And Javier Marquez is now stuck in between Adam Thompson and Keith. Do we have any other battles going on at this point? I do not see anything. We have Bora... Oh yeah, of course Bora and Craig Bray are still close to each other. Wait, Bora's gotten past Craig now. What happened? Well, okay, I guess we'll follow this battle for a bit then. Ryan Bora is now past Craig Bray. So this battle is still ongoing with 5 minutes left of this race. Very much looks like Hogan is in a commanding lead. Although it looks like Matty Byrne is catching back up to Daniel Wright. It's only 4 seconds between them now, but it's still nothing near as close as to this battle. So we're going to follow this instead. Craig takes a bit too wide of a line earlier on there, so he is... Yeah, he goes too wide into there. He's getting a bit too greedy here. He needs to just calm down and be a bit more patient. But at the same time, he gets a way better exit there, so he's going to catch up a ton over the straights. Also want to give kudos here to David Yang, who is happy with just running behind Craig Bray and Ryan Bora. Really nice of him. Although he might be able to run a faster pace, he is letting these two guys who are fighting for a position to do it without being disturbed. So he should get kudos for that. Nope, we're just gonna follow this battle because that's the only thing that is currently going on the on track. Yep, the battle keeps going. Craig is about 4/10 away from Ryan Barra with 3 minutes left of the race, so he's probably gonna have to hurry if he's gonna get past here. But yeah, the Porsche still looks racy. Although Ryan did get a good exit here, so I don't think Craig is gonna be gaining too much on the straights, although that he has a toe at this point. But yeah, the Audi looks really slippery on the straights, actually. Very impressive. But it did look like Craig had a better line going into the left-hander. So this battle is still far from over. I think it's about 2 laps left for these guys. Because Kogan should have 2 laps left if I see correctly. Yes, he should. It's closer. And here comes the toe as well. It's much closer. Going into the fast left-hander. Oh, Craig has a lot of speed there, but he had to back off because... So he did a fast in, slow out. Not preferable in that position. Someone's taken out the braking marker for that corner, which is not nice at all. I'm gonna blame Tunsu until I know otherwise. That's his thing to do. Yeah, Matty Byrne is catching Daniel Wright, but is still 2 seconds off. So, with 1 minute left of this race, we're looking at Ryan Barra and Craig Bray fighting it out at this point. They're really close, but I don't think Craig had good enough of an exit to actually contest Ryan Barra at the end of this straight. There aren't really any other battles going on, so I'm just going to keep looking at this for a bit longer. Craig had a compromised exit there, but it gets the line perfectly through that corner, going into the sweeping right-hander. First apex hit by both guys. Looks like Craig is just hugging the inside. That works if you don't know how to double apex. Does he get a good exit? Yes, he gets a really good exit here. Is this it? With 30 seconds left of the race. Where's Kogan exactly? I don't really see where Kogan is, honestly. Kogan is there. I think this could be the final lap of the race, people. I'm not sure if Kogan's actually going to be able to get past the finishing line, so we're just going to go back to Kogan and see if he manages that real quick. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No, that's it. Tommy Kogan wins the race with a comfortable gap to Daniel Wright, but we have to go back now and watch Craig Bray and Ryan Barra. It's half a second in between the two guys. It's the final lap of the race. Let's see if things get spicy. Ryan has driven a really good race thus far. Where Daniel Wright finishes second, with Matty Byrne finishing third. But here comes the charge. Here comes the charge by Craig Bray. He's right on the bumper of the Audi. He's going towards one of the overtaking spots. He's flashing. He's stressing him out. He's trying to stress him out. What is he doing? No! Did Craig trick him? I'm gonna have to ask more of that because he's the RAM winner. But what was that? Why would he let him by? Very interesting. Very interesting. Oh my god. Okay, that was very strange, honestly. Yeah, so then our top 10 will probably finish like this. Tommy Kogan in first place, Daniel Wright second, Matty Byrne is third, Eistin finishes fourth, Niall Drake is fifth, Craig Bray finishes sixth, Ryan Barra seventh, Eric Chang eighth, Pop Dog ninth, and Javier Marquez in 10th. So if I'm counting it correctly, we have 4 AM drivers in the top 10. But at the same time, we have, I think, all the pro drivers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at the same time. So good job by them. But don't leave us just yet, because I'm gonna try to get some interviews with the both class leaders, which should be Tommy Cogan and Ryan Barra. Gonna see if I just can get them into my Discord room. Can I drag people? Yes, I can. Perfect. So, I'm gonna drag Tommy Cogan into the room now.
Green light. Go, go, go.
Mr. Tommy Cogan.
Oh, you did say you're doing this.
Yes, I did. I bet you were a bit surprised, though.
A little bit, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. So, how do you feel after the race? Does it feel good? With another second win in a row now.
Well, of course. I had to pull it out there for the hungry hippos, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Although it looked like Craig was running on the Hans Bros team, from what I saw.
Yeah, they're a bunch of losers.
Yeah, I've heard so as well. So, pole position first of all. How did the lap feel? You were quite comfortably first as well, honestly.
Surprisingly well. I think I could have gotten down into the 45s. I think I was flirting with it.
Okay.
Didn't quite get it.
And
Yeah.
at the race start, something very interesting happened, because Daniel Wright actually started in front of you, although you had pole position.
Oh, don't you love the Kuno stuff?
Oh yeah, I love him. I got a drive-through for it when we were on Soldier last season, so I know. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
The last race, Bubba got the drive-through at the start, even though he was in position.
Oh yeah, I know. You got kudos, but nonetheless, you kept the position, and after the start, and it looked fairly safe after that.
Yeah, and until you got to the end of the tire stint, and the rear end kept stepping out at various corners, and like, oh, this is getting spice.
Okay. Other than that, pit strategy felt good. I saw that you pitted towards the end of the stint, so you followed the advice that I said on stream.
Oh,
Do you think that is the best way to go?
Totally. Yeah, I was listening to you on stream, of course.
Yeah, of course.
I was like, if the tires are this bad right now, I'd rather wait it out and not have it go, tits up at the end.
Yeah. So, and to round it off, next track is Suzuka. What do you think about that? Do you think you have a chance to win it, or do you think that Warden, if he's back for that, is gonna have it?
I was gonna say Warden will be back, and that'll be a hard win then, because that boy fast.
Well, thank you for coming by. So, sorry, did you have anything to?
I was gonna say maybe we'll have some crazy monsoon conditions, and we can get lucky.
Yeah, well, you'll have to do the rain dance for that, I guess.
Oh yeah, I'll start it right now.
Perfect. Thank you for coming by, and congrats on the win.
Yeah, thank you. And thanks for commentating.
Yep, no worries. And it looks like the other car or other driver that I was gonna have has left the shot, so I cannot drag him in. So therefore I will drag the second guy in. Oh no, he's in here. Perfect. Hello, Ryan. I think, if you're here.
Hello, sorry, I forgot I had a push to talk on.
No worries. Congrats on the class win.
Thank you.
You drove a solid race when Craig overtook you. I thought that you weren't going to be able to get past, but you did nonetheless, but we will leave that for later. How did qualifying feel for you?
It felt really good, actually. I was worried coming in that I wasn't going to be very fast, but I ended up getting P2, so...
Very impressive, especially since you're in the second split. Do you think it's time for you to move up to the first split after this, or are you fairly?
Absolutely not. I have like 30 hours in this game. This is my third ever race. Absolutely not.
Okay, so you would say that this is pretty much an anomaly for you.
We'll see. I feel like my pace has gotten better each race. I got crashed out last time, but we'll see. It depends on the track, I think. Some tracks I'm a lot slower.
Okay, but at the race start, how did it fare for you? I don't really remember how it went for you. Did you lose positions or did you gain positions?
I believe so. I started second in my split, but I think that was 8th overall. I got up to 6th by the end of the first lap, and then I think I ended up getting up to 4th.
Yeah,
a few laps later.
I'm fairly certain that you were running in 4th for a bit, but yeah, pit strategy, did it go the way you wanted it to?
Yeah, just right after the 30-minute mark, just threw in another 45 liters or so and got to chugging.
Okay, and final question: the battle with Craig. How did it feel for you? Were you nervous at all that you were going to commit any mistakes, or did you just trust the grunt of the Audi on the straight to pull you through?
Yeah, it was a little awkward. I wasn't too nervous. I was just worried about getting in a collision with him because Chang was coming up behind him, and he was the guy in my split that was in second place. So I definitely didn't want to lose to Chang. So I actually let Kriegs go past me once, and then I ended up passing him because I was a lot faster, and then he was faster again, so I just kind of let him go again.
Yeah, I was a bit confused when you let him by on the final lap there, but then I also now actually remember that there aren't really any overall standings. It's the 2 splits that we have, and therefore.
Right, yeah. He was flashing his lights at me, so I knew he was gonna do something. That's the signal. So I just got the hell out of there. I wasn't dealing with that.
Yeah, perhaps that was smart. I have one final question for you. Sorry for holding you here. Suzuka is coming up next. What are your thoughts on that?
It's going to be an interesting race. I suffer with medium speed corners, and as we all know, Suzuka's Sector 1 has a lot of that. So, honestly, if I can secure a top 6, I would be happy.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for coming by, and best of luck next week.
Thank you.
So that is it for this week of the Apollo Races Series GT3 League. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you on the next one.